So who do you love? Who do you love? You can love me. I love you all. But who do you love? Who do you love? Say it right now. Say their name. What? Boom. Anybody else? Say it right now. Together. 1, 2, 3. Boom. What if you said, for that answer of who do you love, what if you said, I love myself? What if you said that? When I was preparing for multiple games, when I was a goalkeeper at the University of Michigan, I never thought to say, dang, Mira, I love you. I love you. Because I always thought that self-love equaled selfishness. And that really freaked me out because I would never want to seem selfish. And I think many of us in this room, or maybe watching later on, never want to seem selfish, right? It seems so toxic, so negative. But self-love isn't about being selfish. It means giving yourself the permission to just be and to hear the music over all the noise that we constantly have in life. This can't be love because I feel so well. No sights, no sorrows, no sighs. This can't be love. I get no dizzy spells, but still I love to look in your eyes. Thank you. What if you looked in the mirror and saw your eyes? What if you literally, or maybe you went on selfie mode, because I feel like as a 25-year-old, I'm snapping selfies a lot these days. What if you looked and saw purely just you and that love that you have for yourself? I grew up in Princeton, New Jersey, awesome town. I am a townie born and raised Jersey girl. Don't call it the dirty Jers, because it isn't. All right. And if you wanna fight, I've been boxing. We can step outside. I'm just kidding. This conversation is about love and leading with it. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. But growing up in Princeton, I had my checkerboard. My parents that are sitting right here in the front row. I am their only child. They are my base, my rocks. And many times in my life, people would say, well, you don't act black. Well, you don't act white. So what are you? Are you Puerto Rican? You got nice curls. I'd say, oh, thank you. One time, my dad and I were at the grocery store, and I remember this so vividly. I was, I think in 7th grade, maybe, right, Pops? Maybe 7th grade. We were literally about to check out in line with our many, many groceries. That's what you need in a 3-person home, just stacking it away. And the woman went to put one of those plastic barriers, meaning that, you're separating somebody's groceries from yours. Like, oh my God, I don't want their eggs to get confused into my eggs. Jesus. But she separated our groceries. And I remember my dad was at a loss for words. And I think I immediately saw him also get very emotional and frustrated with the situation, but also didn't know how to approach her and say, that's my daughter, right? And I was just confused. I was 13 and immediately knew that she was discriminating against us, of that maybe this milk chocolatiness couldn't go along with his dark chocolatiness. But in all seriousness, it was very, very hurtful. I think back to my biracial journey from Princeton all the way to Michigan. That was the first time that I was gone from my parents. You can probably already tell I am an only child. It feels very weird for me to not be touching them at this very moment. Should we hold hands? And I lost myself for a second, freshman year. I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea if I was being perceived as black or if I was being perceived as white or if I was being perceived as biracial, which is how I identify. And it was confusing for me. I had prepared myself at Michigan to not only not play, because I was like, listen, you got to deserve the time, Mira. You got to work your freaking booty off, and then maybe you'll get the chance to play. And I ended up having this freshman year career that was insane just because of a turn of events, and ended up getting a significant amount of playing time. And it was one of the saddest moments of my life thus far. I couldn't be proud of myself. I remember that summer coming home from Michigan, standing in my grandma's kitchen and just bawling. And I had no idea what was going on. I was like, Mira, this is what you worked so hard for. You just killed it. You just bawled out. And I really, really wasn't even sure if I should transfer. I wasn't sure what I should do. And I think it was all part of step one, learning how to really love myself through the process of also when I was at my lowest. When we're at our lowest and we start to lose ourselves, that's when self-love, boom, has to engage, right? That's how we kick off the journey to our most authentic selves. Fast forward a little bit. I didn't transfer. Go blue, if you're watching. I do love Michigan. I do bleed maize and blue, but it took me a while to settle into what it meant to be a teammate. So I leaned on the others around me. I leaned on my multicultural a cappella group, 58 Green, where I was surrounded by other mixtures, other black people around me, other brown people around me, anybody, all different genders, all different sexual orientations. And I leaned on those folks to really bring me through and to lead me when I lost myself and couldn't love myself anymore. My senior year was one of my best seasons, and my parents were visiting. And I remember I had this crazy freaking dream. And you all are going to be like, what is she talking about? I preface it again. I'll say it again. It was a dream. It was a dream. In the dream, I'm walking by all of these lacrosse icons that I've loved my entire life. And you know when you're in a dream and you feel somebody that's supposed to be there, but they're not there, but you feel that presence? Do you know what I'm talking about? And it feels hollow. I could feel that was where my dad was supposed to be. Again, I reiterate, it was a dream. And I'm with my mom, and I walk past all of my lacrosse icons, and we get down to the sand at the Jersey Shore, and my dad is there waiting for me. And he goes, hey, Mira. And I was like, hey, Dad, in the dream. In the dream. And I remember saying, why am I not more black? Why am I not more black? And in the dream, I'm taking his skin and putting it onto mine. And I'm taking parts of his beautiful black bald head. But it's an intense moment, right? And I'm putting his black skin onto mine. At the end of the dream, I'm this crazy mosaic of blackness and whiteness and milk chocolatiness. And I wake up. And now it's not the dream, and I'm in my bed, and I'm like, oh my God, I need some therapy. But beyond knowing, and I'm still in that process of really trying to give myself that self-love through therapy, I really realized that there are so many moments about my biracialness that I deeply love, that I'm still trying to figure out. And I feel like that's number 2 of self-love. How do you continue to love yourself? And how do you also lean on other people again when you feel lost, when I didn't know what shade I was? I just speak like Mira. I don't speak like a black person. I don't speak like a white person. I speak like Mira. I speak like somebody who's biracial because I'm proud to identify that way. But do not put me in that box. Do not put me in that box. Many times when it came to queerness, I didn't come out until senior year, and that was another moment of mine where I felt my body finally able to propel and sink into my queerness. And it was only because I had somebody that was like, wait, I thought you had a girlfriend. And I was like, Not yet. But in all seriousness, I really thought I was straight. I really thought that I was straight, and my parents did a fantastic job too when I was growing up. Talk about diversity and inclusion. My two healers, having a therapist and then a massage therapist, the body and the mind, they were like, whoever you bring home, it's totally cool with us. And I was like, well, I was like, I don't want to talk about this. And then I would run off to band practice or lacrosse practice. But I had to give myself the ability, the permission to be my most authentic self. And what I said to that person, I actually had started crying. I was totally triggered. I was like, I'm straight, and freaked out and ran out of the training room that we were in. And, they apologized, and we had this whole interaction of just like, dude, it's all good. And I was like, dude, it's all good. I think I'm straight, but I'm not really. And now we laugh about it as two queer people. But I think, that's the beauty of really settling into your own and speaking your own truth. Why would we speak somebody else's truth for them if they don't even know their own truth yet, right? Why would we do that? And to you all, I think there are some moments in life when we're trying to figure it out. When is the right time to speak for another person? But we can only speak for our own experience, right? We can only do that. And so that's how for my last skit, really been able to figure out how when you open yourself up and truly love yourself, that's how we propel and catalyze love for other people. That's how we build more love in rooms together. Whether you're misrepresented, whether you're a trans person, whether you don't have the proper resources for reproductive rights that are under attack right this second, whether you need somebody else to maybe speak out for you to amplify your voice, you can only live by your own truth and your own self. And I really found that when I was in the cage alone. Ball stop right, left. Where's the slide? Save, boom, split save, down, right? I only felt that truly when I was alone. I learned how to love myself because I had love from my teammates. I had love from my parents. I had love from my friends. I had love from all different directions that I was able to bottle up, hold in tight, and then boom, explode. And now I'm exploding it to all of you. And you can go out and then spread that same love, right? But I think we can only do that through conversations. We can only do that by opening doors for other people that might not even know where the door is or where the handle is. Open up that door, come talk to them, right? So I'll leave you all with a little bit of energy. I love energy and the idea of sharing energy with other people, okay? So I want everybody to shake out a little bit, like do this with your arms a little bit, shake out a little bit. Okay. Go down to your toes. Okay, up, back to the fingers. Okay, nice and quiet. No toes. Ted. X. Stop shaking. It's okay. Curls. Biracial chick. Beatbox. I'm out.